Hello.
I'm still here.
I'm still okay.
But I lost your
I
picture.
don't
There you
know
are.
why. Oh, there we go. Hello and welcome to another interview with Irene. Today my wonderful guest is Steve Wilheim and we will talk about his books and his future writing projects. So welcome and it's so glad to have you today.
So it's
It's
wonderful to
wonderful
be
to
here
be
with
here with
you.
you. Thank you. Um, I I think maybe we could start by talking a little bit about your background and how you got into writing.
Sure.
Sure.
I've
I've
been
been.
kind of writing since I was a little boy. I remember I've always loved writing. I don't know why. I don't know what drew
Mhm.
me to that, but I remember as a little kid, my first book that I wrote was called The Giant Spider. And it
Wow.
was like 4 pages long, and I folded the pages so that it kind of resembled a book, and I had a cover, and I sure wish I still had that. Maybe in one of my old boxes, I probably do, but no, I've been writing since a little kid, but only seriously since about 2008 when I wrote my autobiography. So there's many years between having fun with it as a kid to having it be my passion and what I really love doing.
Right. And there were some of your books are behind you. Could we talk about those?
About
Uh, the books behind you on your shelf.
oh, well, we've got the Tales of Nick series, Tales of Nick 1 and Tales of Nick 2, and then this book Fragile Hearts up here I co-wrote with an author in Virginia, Nicole Strikars, who's wonderful. That was a wonderful experience. And I've got a short story in an anthology up here, and then is my Another Time Another Chance series that I actually do live readings on Sundays. um, and then I've got a new release coming out, hopefully before the end of the year. It's the new book in a new series, but it still stays in the Tales of Nick world because
No,
it involves his wife, because she's got a lot of story left in her.
I see. So, who was your favorite character in the series?
In the Tales of Nick series is probably Gwen. Um, Nick was the star of the series, and I wrote him kind of based upon myself, but just as the books have been written and published, Gwen has become my favorite character. I don't know why, but she just is. Well, she's a lovely character, and I plan on keeping her around for quite a while.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, um, besides the series and besides writing, do you have any other interests or?
Besides writing and editing, I like to I like to go on road trips. I like to go to concerts. I love people watching. Uh, People watching is wonderful because then I get ideas for new characters, or gosh, maybe I could do something with my character now based upon what I've seen. It just gives me insight into people and ideas of new works and things that I could do.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I like people watching too whenever I go shopping or just anywhere. It does.
Yeah. Oh,
You.
especially because
Mm,
I go out to coffee shops and write and edit, and I find myself just watching people more than writing or editing. So it's kind of a difficult sometimes because I can't get work done because I'm just constantly watching people. But
Mhm.
I like to get out, and I just hate staying at home and in my office and writing. But I just feel the need to get out.
Wonderful. And we were talking that you live in Washington. Could you tell us some things about living in Washington or?
Well, after college, I had to decide where I wanted to find a job and live, and I kind of traveled between Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington, and I did end up in Seattle, and I've lived up here for probably about 30 some years, and then about 6 years ago, I decided I want to move back to Boise, Idaho. So I did, and I was not going to move again. And I had a really nice little duplex that I was living in, and then I got offered a job back in Bellevue, Seattle. I could not turn down, so I moved back, and I've been back for probably about since April. And now I'm not going to move again. Now,
Mhm.
having said that, we never know because if I were able to go full time writing and editing, I could live anywhere and I
Right.
might move. You never know.
Right. So, um, but what, like, if for someone visiting Seattle, do you recommend what they would do or?
I would, if a friend of mine had never been here before and they came to visit, I would I would take us to downtown Seattle and I would show them, the normal landmarks, the Space Needle, the monorail. Um, I'd probably want to take them out to a nice dinner, maybe at a place that I've never been to before. Walk around the waterfront, take some of the fun tours, the underground tour. There's a science fiction museum. There's just so much culture and so many things to do. Um, Take to the opera, which is something that I've never done, but a lot of people like that. It's very popular. But I would just take them all around. I don't know if they still have that dinner train that you went on, but
Yeah.
if I would want to take them on something like that as well. You know.
It was my mom and I really, it was beautiful just enjoying our meal while going to the mountain now.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that's way cool. I
yes,
think I've seen some pictures of you and your mom
yeah.
in some of your travels.
Yes, actually, we do have some pictures from Seattle too when we
Oh,
were
cool.
there.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. Um, any advice for future writers?
What I would say is not only just write, but read and read other people's works. Read mainstream authors, like Stephen King or Anne Rice
Mhm.
or any other big romance or action adventure authors. But also read independent authors too, because you can find some wonderful works. And I've had the opportunity to read some authors that I never would have thought of reading before, because it's hard to find books by independent authors in bookstores. And then if you don't know where to look for them, even on Amazon, you won't find a lot of people unless you know somebody.
Right.
Just get yourself out there, read, write every day. Um, Go to bookstores, talk to people. Another good thing is go to book signings, go to book events, things like that, because the more that you're able to read and talk to people, it just sparks, like in me, it sparks something inside of me, and it just fills me with wonder and joy, and it inspires me in a lot of ways. I don't think that had I never met some other authors like Nikki, I not probably would not have be where I am today. You
Right.
know.
I
Get
agree.
yourself out there.
I agree, and I've been very blessed to meet wonderful authors such as yourself too.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much for joining me today, and hopefully we'll have you again too.
Well, thank you very much for this awesome opportunity. It was wonderful to meet you and talk with you, and I wish you the best and hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, and thank you for joining me for another interview, Irene. I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.